judge to step in and uphold the law. This is all about the November 1996 referendum on term limits. Once again, bring awareness to the citizens, the 237,000 that voted for the constitutional referendum, excuse me. So this morning I got a well-wishing and a good luck in today's trial from Australia, Sydney, Australia. Justice is right. As long as you get a fair shot. And it's nice to win. I really think we're winning.
And welcome to this Monday edition of the Glenn Pav Show, Writing the Right, July 15th, already the middle of July. Our summer is coming along from June, July now, and August. Pretty soon kids will be coming back to school. In the first portion of our time together, and that is a topic of great concern for us here in the Pinellas County area and the surrounding counties, because it's about the idea, folks, the idea of following our Constitution in Florida, following the law, following the rule of law as well. And I want to introduce to you here in studio Patrick Wheeler, and Patrick is the editor of the East Lake Blister, Equal to the Task. He's the managing editor of that. And Patrick, welcome to the Glenn Pav Show, Writing the Right.
Well, thank you very much, Glenn, for coming, and thank you for the opportunity to speak to all those out there and to all those who believe in the power of their individual vote.
Amen. That's right. And we're gonna find out what Patrick really means about that in a moment. Also with us on the phone, Maria Scruggs. Maria, welcome to the Glenn Pav Show, Writing the Right.
Thank you so much, Glenn, for having me. I'm certainly hoping that the weather will permit that I'll be able to continue to hold on, but it's a little stormy in Orange County, and I'm headed back. So
okay, well you drive carefully. We're going to talk to you, Maria, and we'll want you to chime in as Patrick and I talk in the studio here. Patrick, there is an article called "Hold Their Feet to the Fire." Tell us a little bit about the article called "The Great Vote Robbery" that has happened here in Pinellas County about our county commissioners.
Well, as I know, and Maria knows, she's my colleague in crime, as we would call it. We both have been named as the individuals who are suing to have the referendum of November the 5th, 1996 enforced. And it's amazing how 253,000 people
Yes.
can vote and have their vote put in the trash can.
Right. And it was almost a 3-to-1 vote for a particular county commission group to not be reassigned after 8 years or 2 terms. 2-term limits was there. However, tell us why those 4 people per se, are saying they want to continue on, that something about it wasn't put in the minutes or in the charter information. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, by state law, once a vote is made and come the 1st of January of the following year, it is law that it should be put into the county constitution.
Okay.
It was not done.
Okay, now, that was an oversight, and at first, most of us did not know about that. Is that correct?
Myself included.
Yes. When do we find out truly that it was omitted unconstitutionally?
One would think, I didn't find out, to be very honest with you, till May the 5th, 2012.
Which was ironic because we were trying to say, what's with the two, what's with these 4 people? Their term is over. They cannot be reelected again. And then we find out that it's not in record of the Constitution. However, we have 253,480 individuals who cast their vote. and against them having any more terms than 2 terms or 8 years. And there are 4 of them: Karen Seal, John Maroney, Ken Welch, and Susan Latvala, who are still county commissioners, having been reelected for more terms. Maria, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, Glenn, I tell you, for someone who's actually worked in the public safety and the public arena, when it came to light in May of 2012, I was actually in the middle of a campaign against Mr. Welch. And when I started to research the issue, realized that we had a very serious problem in Pinellas County. And once I started to call around to other counties that were impacted by a recent Supreme Court ruling, technically just for a little background.
Yes.
In May 2012, the Supreme Court reversed it or receded from its original decision in 2002, where they said that term limits were unconstitutional for county commissioners and constitutional officers.
Okay.
Well, in May of 2012, the Florida Supreme Court backed away from an opinion. Every other county in the state of Florida that had term limits or who had individuals that were serving, those individual county commissioners or constitutional officers either stepped down voluntarily,
Right.
did not run for office, or in the case of Duval County, where you had a clerk of the court who did just as our county commissioners are asserting that the law didn't apply to him, a judge booted him out of office, off the ballot, the weekend before the primary.
Well, good for that judge.
Pinellas County is the only county where the county commissioners are refusing to relinquish their seat. And this was such an important point to me that many of the folks who were supporting me really urged me not to take this on because of fear that it would impact my chances of winning against Mr. Welch. And what people really did not understand was, for me, that when I chose the field of public safety, it was not just for something to do. It was a calling, and I truly believe in the fundamental issue of right and wrong.
Thank you.
I truly accept this way.
Yes.
I think that one of the reasons that the vote is so coveted is because it is the only thing that we the people actually possess. And so I made a conscious decision that if in fact it cost me my election or my campaign,
Right.
so be it. But
Good for you for the stand.
Comrades like Patrick Willer and Beverly Billiris, who had the same fundamental belief and who realized that it may come as a sacrifice, but was willing to take on the fight. I was ready and ready to pursue it until we move forward.
Well,
I have
Maria,
children, I have grandchildren, and they've seen me fight the fight, even if it gets difficult.
Right.
And I just didn't want to stop at this stage of my life.
well, Maria, we want to congratulate you for your courage. We want to thank you for your standing up for what is right, for what is the truth. The political correctness is not to be the issue at all. It's what the law is. And the irony of this is that after the Supreme Court had said it was not unconstitutional, then they came in May 10th in 2012, and the Florida Supreme Court voted unanimously 7-0 to uphold the constitutionality of term limits. So 66 folks out of 67 counties are following the rule of law and the Constitution of Florida, which is a large one too. I've read that too. So besides our own Constitution, and then the county, Patrick, the county had utilized taxpayer monies to foot the bill to fight the challenge you three.
And this is the heinous part of it.
Yes.
Here we are out there fighting this good cause. Thing that has been passed, there are 385 precincts in Pinellas County. Not one precinct in the county voted for not to have term limits. So it was 100% of the precincts voted for term term limits. And yet, these county commissioners, with their skullduggery,
Yes.
bypass the rights of these citizens.
They are hiding behind the current law, which says, well, since it's not in the Constitution, it wasn't recorded into January after the election and after the vote. They're hiding behind that since it's not there.
That is the most egregious part of it.
Yes.
Because that is the part that's being kept silent, is that when you peel back the layers of skin on all of the civil issues, there's a very serious issue of potential criminal action where you have public officials who decide after a referendum is approved by the voters that they would not insert that language into their own charter
Yes.
as section 6.02 of the Pinellas County calls them to do.
Highway
Their Bible.
highway robbery, Maria. Yeah.
And then for those who are proclaiming that they don't know that it's against the law, they should have known.
Right.
It is a very simple issue. The hearing that we participated in, judge asked the county a very pointed question. Give me or tell me what the issue is regarding the term limit language never being inserted into the charter.
Yes.
Then the private attorney who the county hired turned around to Sarah Richardson, who's assistant county attorney. She shook her head as if to say, we won't even to go there. And they were allowed to move forward just as if it was nothing.
This is unbelievable. And now you're appealing the ruling, right, Patrick?
That is right. It's up in Lakeland. We are in the Court of Appeals. We are registered. And let me go back to this injection of the results from the referendum vote.
Okay.
Susan Cerruti was the legal counsel for the Pinellas County Commissioners. She had the responsibility. There is an organization, and they put all the changes to the charters. That office that she was in charge of did not do their fiduciary duty.
Right.
It is outright breaking of the law, and it is criminal that they did not do that. You can put that in and then challenge it, but you must put it in first, and then you can challenge it.
Sure, understand. So, interesting, my verse on the writingtheright.com, folks, all good listeners here. The verse of the week that I put in, unbeknownst to what we were going to talk about today, is this, taken from Proverbs 28:12. When the righteous triumph, there is great glory. But when the wicked rise, men hide themselves. Folks, 253,000 of us hid ourselves from fighting this, but 3 people, especially here, Patrick Wheeler, Maria Scruggs, and Beverly Billiris, decided to enter jointly into a legal action for our sake, to bring to the forefront the results of this vote and to enter into the Pinellas County Charter as required by law, and the removal of 4 county commissioners, all who served more than 8 years of continuous service on the Board of County Commissioners here in Pinellas County. It's egregious, it's outrageous.
And more insulting, if I may interject it, we, the citizens of Pinellas County, are footing the financial bill to object to the 3 of us coming forward
Yes.
as citizens to defend our vote.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yes, it is a sad account. We've got to be behind Patrick Wheeler, Maria Scruggs, and Beverly Billiris in this Court of Appeals. We've got to take the truth, and we've got to win on this. It is the right side. It is the right way. I put a quote of the week related to this verse, Patrick and Maria, and my quote is this: righteous win, wicked lose, end of story. And we hope in the very, very near future, with your help and your litigation here, and your right side that you're on, Patrick and Maria, that this will be true. The righteous win, and end of story.
I say to Maria at all times, we don't get to see each other because we're physically at different ends of the county.
Yes,
But putting our shoulder to the wheel,
There you go.
and she's probably sick of me saying this, but when we put our shoulder to the wheel, we will move that stone that has hidden somebody many, many thousands of years ago.
Yes.
And there will be an uprising, and those 4 commissioners will be taking a long walk to the front door.
very good. Patrick, keep riding the right, and you're going to stay with us on the show. We look forward to that. Maria, last word before we continue on with other topics.
Well, just again, want to thank you so much, Glenn, for allowing us to be on your show.
Sure.
And certainly, if there are voters who want to support us with this cause, as you know, it's a very costly endeavor.
Absolutely.
And thank God for people like Patrick who reach into their pockets. But if there are supporters out there who want to support us, our attorney is Attorney John Schaffer out of Property Springs, and I'm sure he would appreciate a check.
Thank you so much, Maria. You drive safely as you return home, and keep riding the right, kiddo.
Thank you, Glenn.
All right, thank you,
Take care, Maria, and drive safely.
Maria Scruggs there helping out here, and Patrick, we're going to